everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am really excited about the video I have. It is my 32nd birthday book haul. All I wanted to do this year for my birthday was go book shopping, and that's how I know I'm getting older, because I had no interest in going out or doing anything crazy. I just wanted to go to the bookstore and browse. So that's exactly what I did. So I had some people in my life gift me books for my birthday, and then my husband took me book shopping, watched our daughter, and just let me roam through several different bookstores. So I wanted to go through and show you guys what I got for my birthday. So let's dive right in. First, I want to talk about these like insanely cute totes that my husband got for me to take shopping to fill. The first one here says, "There's no such thing as too many books," and that is so true. So that's the first tote he got me. And then the second tote is just one more chapter. And like I said, he got me these totes with the intention of me taking them to the bookstore to fill up. And then I also have this third bag over here that was gifted to me with books. So we have a lot to go through. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first store I want to talk about is Barnes & Noble. So out of the stores I have local to me, Barnes & Noble is by far my favorite. I just really love the selection they tend to have there. So the first book I have here, which now I'm noticing is damaged up here in the corner. So that's kind of unfortunate, but we can look past that, is Assistant to the Villain. This is a book I have been wanting for a very long time and that I've heard nothing but wonderful things about. So it's about this girl, Evie, who ends up working for a villain, and it's that story. I'm really excited to read this one. Like I said, I've heard nothing but great things, and this is one that I went in knowing I wanted, so I'm glad I got to pick this one up finally. Next here is a book that I didn't even know existed till I literally walked into the store. I saw it and I wanted it. It just really spoke to me, and I think I might do a thriller reading vlog for my next video, but this is called Victorian Psycho. Just look at this cover. This absolutely like captivated my attention. I'm assuming, I don't know if this is supposed to be like a creepy glass doll on the front or just like a picture of a child. I'm not really sure, but it's definitely spooky, and it's so funny. I texted this book to my best friend, and her parents have a room that is full of glass dolls, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, if you lived closer, you would have to do your reading vlog while reading this book in the glass doll room, which would be so insanely perfect." So unfortunately, they live 2.5 hours away from me, so that just won't be an option, but that would have been perfect. But I'll tell you a little bit about what it says on the inside. It says, "Simmering with rage, propulsive, and laugh out loud funny, Victorian Psycho speaks profoundly of horror, both within and without us." So that's just a little quote that sorry, my dog's barking, that a author wrote about this book. But I'm really excited about this one, and I think this is going to have to be the one I jump into next after I get through my romance reading vlog. Speaking of which, I did grab a couple of romance books. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to them in this reading vlog that I'm currently filming, the romance reading vlog, but we'll see. So the first one I got here is, I know, a favorite, and it's Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. I cannot believe it's taking me this long to break into this series, but I am so excited that I'm finally here. I know it's a small town ranch style romance. Sorry, it's basically 4th of July weekend this weekend, and the dogs are gonna go nuts because they hear fireworks. So I'm just apologizing for that now. Anyways, this is a Rebel Blue Ranch book. It's the first one. I think there's currently, I don't know if there's 3 or 4 out. I can't remember, but there's multiple out. So I'm very excited to get into this one. And then next is Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. Now, I don't really know what to say about this one other than I was 100% sold by the marketing on the table. I'm just going to say now, I do not have TikTok. I haven't had TikTok in like 5 years. I had it briefly in 2020 during COVID. Otherwise, I have not had COVID. I've deleted the app and never have had it since. So I have no idea what's popular on BookTok. And this book was on the BookTok table. It's definitely a chunkier one. And I wasn't really sure about it until the girl standing next to me at the book talk table said I 100% had to read this book. And I feel like when someone in person at a bookstore recommends a book to me, I have to get it. So I took her word for it. I'm going to take the plunge and I'm going to give this one a try, and I'm very excited about it. Next here we have We Used to Live Here. Now this book I have been excited to read since another booktuber I really love, Destiny, recommended this book. She said she flew through it. And I know that she tends to struggle with the thriller genre, and I feel like I'm kind of in that slump with thriller books, and she said she really enjoyed this one. So I feel like if someone who tends to struggle with that genre recommended this, I feel like that means it's pretty good. So I'm going to give this one a try, and like I said, I think I'm going to try to do a thriller reading vlog after this one, and maybe with these two books, but we'll see. No promises yet, but that's my goal. And then finally, from Barnes & Noble, I got Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. This, again, is a book that's been around for a very long time. It's not new to the book community, but it's one I'm really excited to read, but I've always been kind of nervous to read. So I wanted to take the opportunity while I had some extra birthday money to spend to maybe try to buy some books that I've otherwise been nervous to read and give them a shot. The only thing I'm not loving about this book is I'm pretty sure these are called deckled edges, like the sides that are like uneven. Historically, I don't love books like that. I don't know why. It just feels weird in my hands when I'm reading, but we'll see. I think otherwise the cover is beautiful. I think this is a beautiful book. So I shouldn't give a hard time to a book just because I don't like the pages. So we're going to give this one a try and see what we think. And that is all I got from Barnes & Noble. All right, so the next store I want to talk about is Books A Million. So I was given a $50 gift card by my parents to go to Books A Million, and I grabbed some things I'm really excited about. So the first book here is the second book in the Abby Jimenez series, Yours Truly. I just finished Part of Your World, and that's 100% a 5-star read for me. I will go into more detail about that book in the romance reading vlog I have posted coming up after this video. But I will say that book was a 5-star read for me, so I went ahead and grabbed the second book in that series, and I'm excited to dig more into her writing. Next here I have The Island by Natasha Preston. I have never read anything by this author, and I have seen a few people post about this author saying that her books aren't anything like crazy amazing, but that they're really good popcorn thrillers. So that like you can just get them, get in and out really quick. And what also sold me is it was on like mega clearance. It was $5.97, and I was like, hey, I mean, it's good to have some books that you can just like get in, get out, add them to your stats. And who knows, I might actually really enjoy it. Just because other people don't love it doesn't mean I won't. So, yeah, I'm excited to give this one a try. And then finally, I got Broken Bonds. This little ant. I got Broken Bonds by Jay Bree. I can't remember what booktube channel I saw this book on, but just it really, for some reason, interested me. I don't know if it's the cover or just the overall premise. I'm pretty sure that this is a paranormal romance. And the inside of it, I mean, the font, I think I'll be able to knock this one out pretty quickly. So we shall see. I know nothing about this book. I'm going to be going in completely blind, and sometimes that's how you find your next favorite. So I'm excited for this. Next, I went to Half Price Books, and I only grabbed a couple of things. The thing about Half Price is you can go in and find 15 new books that you are so excited to read, or you could walk in there and find absolutely nothing. I found two things that I'm excited about. So the first one is Sarah Adams' When in Rome. I think I mentioned, or will mention in my romance reading vlog here soon, that Sarah Adams is becoming one of my new favorite authors. I really like her writing style. I like how she tells a romance story. And I know this is the first one in this series. So When in Rome. And then I also got The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Post. Is it Poston? Yeah, Poston. I'm really excited about this. Everyone that I've ever heard read this says it's absolutely a... Sorry, I was feeling in my eye here, and it's like really starting to bother me. I don't know what that's all about. Anyways, everyone I've ever heard talk about this story say it's absolutely beautiful. I've never read anything by this author, so I'm very excited to give this one a try. I feel like I've said I'm excited to give this one a try to every single one of these books. What can I say? I wouldn't have bought them if I wasn't excited about them. So we're just gonna look past that, but just know I'm excited to also give this one a try. So, 7-Year Slip. Okay, so this next batch of books are books that were gifted to me by people in my life. So we will start here. So these are the books that were given to me by my brother and sister-in-law and my niece. So the one I really was excited about is Heartless Hunter. This is a book I have had on my want to read list for a very long time. And when she asked me to send her books that I want for my birthday, this one was at the top of that list. And she came through, got me what I wanted. And then she also gave me a couple other ones that she likes. And I always like when people gift books that they like, because then that means for some reason they also think you will like it. And that means they put some thought into it. So she gave me these two. So we have Homecoming by Kate Morton. I'm not sure. Let's see. I know this is a historical romance. She embossed it. That's so cute. She must have a little embosser for her books. It says from the Library of Courtney, and I won't say her last name, but it says from the Library of Courtney. So let's see. Okay, 1959, Christmas Eve. Yeah, so this looks like a historical fiction. I'm really excited about it. What's a different word for excited. I'm looking forward to reading this one. And then she also recommended me Never Never by Colleen Hoover and is it Tarryn Fisher? Now, this one is unique because historically Colleen Hoover is not my favorite author. I have nothing against her. I have nothing against people who enjoy her books. I think they're especially great books for people who are looking to start reading. I just personally am not a Colleen Hoover fan. And it's so funny she gave me this because we literally just talked about this like about a month ago. But she told me when I opened this, she was like, trust me, this one is different. You are going to love it. It's not her typical work, not her typical style. So I'm going to give it a try, see what I think, and I will report back. But I think this book's beautiful. Look at the sprayed edges. Apparently, this is a collector's edition. So that means it's pretty special. So we will see what we think about that one. Next two books I have here were gifted to me by my parents and my sister. They gave these to me along with that $50 gift card. So they picked out two books for me and then gave me money to pick out my own books. So the first one we have here is The Most Likely Club. Looks really cute. I had never heard of this one before, but I'm always down for a book that's all pink. So we have that one. And then they also gave me A Place to Land. So I looked this one up and it looks like it's a story about sisters, which is really fun. And it has a super high rating on Goodreads, which I have tried to really get into the habit of not purchasing or reading books based off of Goodreads reviews because I have loved books that people were giving 2-star ratings on there and vice versa. I have hated books that people are giving 4 and 5 stars on Goodreads. So I'm trying really hard not to make decisions on what books I purchase and read based off of reviews. But since I knew nothing about this book and that other book that I just showed, I knew nothing about them. So I looked them up just to kind of see what they were about. And this one is ranked really highly. So we will have to give this one a shot here pretty soon, I think, because it looks like a great summer read. It looks like the lake on the front. So we have this one. Okay, so these next books were given to me by my mother and father-in-law. So my mother-in-law has been trying to slowly purchase all of the Janet Ivanovich, I think it's Stephanie Plum, Stephanie Plum, it might be Plume, I'm not sure, series. She gave me the first 4 for Mother's Day, and now she gifted me the second 4 for my birthday. So I am up to 8. So I have these to add to my collection. I think it'd be really fun to maybe do a reading vlog with these at some point. Try to see what I think. My mother-in-law and my sister-in-law absolutely adore these books. And I've never heard anybody say really anything bad about them. I think they're just fun, like cozy mysteries. I could be so wrong about that, but that's what I think. And I'm excited to maybe join the bandwagon on the Stephanie Plume following. So we have that. Okay, and then last but certainly not least, I went to the library a few days before my birthday, and my library has a Friends of the Library section where they sell books that people have donated to the library. And I found one that I have been wanting for a very long time. So I wanted to go ahead and include it in this just because I did buy it around my birthday, and that is The God of the Woods. This literally looks brand spanking new. I mean, it even has the Barnes and Noble sticker on it. This is originally a $30 book, and my library sells their hardcovers for $2. So I literally got this basically relatively new release for $2. I couldn't pass it up, guys. I could not pass it up. So I got this from my local library, and then I also, by purchasing from them, donated to them to help support. So that made me feel great about my purchase. All right, guys, that is it for my birthday book haul. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I cannot believe I am 32 years old. Time is really starting to fly, especially as I'm getting older, but that is okay because now I have some really great things to look forward to in this next year, including some really amazing books to read. So hopefully we have some great reading vlogs in our near future that I can share my experience with you guys reading these books. And hopefully you guys were able to find maybe a new book you want to add to your TBR. So with that being said, if you guys could like and subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to start this new journey here, and it's been really fun so far. And if you guys could support me, I would really appreciate it. And until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Find a new book that you enjoy, and let's talk about it in the comments below. Have a great day. Bye. Okay, you guys, pro tip. Marry the man who, when you tell him you want to go birthday book shopping, he gets money. Even though you guys share a bank account, he gets money and puts it in a card and gives you a book buying like little card gift, and it's super exciting and you feel like you're doing something really special because girl math means cash means books are free. So, pro tip, marry a man who encourages book shopping.